This question comes from an individual in Canada who wishes to remain anonymous. Can excessive and severe cutting, self-harm, be evidence of demons in my life? Can this behavior open unwanted spiritual doors if it is just done to cope, not done in rituals and worship? Well, of course, the Bible speaks of pagan rituals of cutting as a form of devotion to false gods. This happened, for example, on Mount Carmel when Elijah faced the prophets of Baal and they cut themselves to please their gods. But most self-injurious behavior, such as cutting, that we encounter in society today is very different from that. And as this individual says, it's not a form of worship or demonic devotion, though it can be that in some cults. Cutting may or may not involve demons. Demons may be behind it, or they may have nothing to do with it. I have dealt with countless cases, probably thousands of cases over my decades of experience. It's a fairly common phenomenon in our world today, along with other types of self-injurious pics and tics. Essentially, there are two reasons psychologically that people cut. One is to inflict punishment. They believe, for some reason, they've been bad. We often find this with victims of sexual abuse who, in a non-cognitive state of a child, think that because, for example, a trusted family member abused them, there must be something wrong with them, and so they must be punished, and thus they cut. The other reason for self-harm, and in particular cutting, is a form of release. One of the questions I often ask individuals is, when you cut, do you feel pain? If they feel pain, psychologically, it's usually a form of punishment. If they don't, they actually feel a relief, sometimes even a high. Well, can it be a demon? Of course it can. John 10:10, Jesus said, Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And certainly self-harm and cutting accomplishes those purposes. But sometimes it's deeper than that, and often it's an indication of dissociative identity disorder or multiple personalities. We talk about injurious behavior and cutting in our International School of Exorcism, and I encourage you to enroll so you can learn more about this in detail. The person who cuts needs to get help. Occasionally they outgrow it. Sometimes they move behind this effort to deal with deep, unresolved emotional trauma. They may do that through their faith, or they may do it with the help of friends. A lot of people never outgrow it. They just morph it into other forms of self-injurious behavior. So you can't think the problem is going to leave. There needs to be informed intervention by a good therapist or a counselor, preferably a Christian, who will bring Christ into the context. And you may also need deliverance and exorcism. Because demons, even when it is the act of a multiple personality, attach to those personalities. Because demons want us to hurt ourselves. Even if there is a psychological traumatic incident propelling it, the demons will seize upon it and use it to bring further harm and spiritual decay to the individual. To the person doing this, get help. Get it now. Contact me. Let's have a Skype session if you're some distance away and you can't get to one of our seminars or our offices in Phoenix, Arizona. But continuing to cut, if you don't have a demon, eventually will likely open the door to demons. Cancel curses, break soul ties, cleanse your ancestry, and cast out demons. Enroll now in the International School of Exorcism and the Advanced Academy of Deliverance. In our new book, Set Your Family Free, we teach how to raise children with purity principles, how to prepare them for adulthood, and how to break every assignment of Satan over their lives.
We give you the principles of spiritual warfare to fight for your family and to be victorious over the powers of darkness.
This is the book that will set your family free. How do you know If your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons, my 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life. Be one step closer to living in spiritual victory. The most frequent demon that I deal with is the spirit of Jezebel. This demon wants to destroy your health, your finances, your marriage, your family, and your church. My book, Jezebel, is your key to overcoming the most prevalent evil spirit of our age. Get your copy today.
He took the curses away from me. Go see Bob Larson because he can help you.
If your life isn't all that it should be, if relationships aren't working, if your health, your finances, or your spiritual life are unhappy, schedule a personal one-on-one encounter with me. We'll get to the root of the issues that are holding you back. We'll give you answers and a whole new direction in life.
Oh, what a change, what a difference when you have an encounter with God.
Take action. I look forward to seeing you soon.
We encourage your support for this worldwide outreach to do what Jesus did. For the latest information on resources, seminars, conferences, training institutes, retreats, and international missions, go to boblarson.org. Thank you for your prayers and financial partnership.